Aloha everybody, how's it going? Welcome back to day 15 of 21 days to 2021. And I want to send a warm aloha and mele kaliki maka, which is Merry Christmas in Hawaiian, to every single one of you guys, as it is Christmas Eve. And I hope you guys are spending some time with family and being safe out there and eating ridiculous amounts of food. So let's get right into today's topic. You know, we have just about a week left before 2021, where all the fireworks go off and people start making New Year's resolutions. And as promised, today I'm just gonna kick it up a notch. A very, very valuable lesson that was taught to me. And it's actually a training that I used to do a lot, actually up here in the mountains, called Top of the Hill. And why is it that there's a direct correlation of most things that are worthwhile are definitely, they're kind of uphill, right? I mean, when you think about it, where's the nicest view? Top of the hill. Where's the cleanest air? Top of the hill, you know? Where's the most expensive real estate? Top of the hill. And yeah, back in the day, when people, when it came to the river, such as the one behind me, or the stream, you know, everybody washed their clothes in the stream, and they went to the bathroom in the stream, and they bathed in the stream. So if you were at the top of the hill, you had the clean, fresh water. If you lived all the way down at the bottom of the stream or the river, good luck with that one, right? And so we just got to understand the correlation that things that are worthwhile are going to be uphill. I mean, you can't fly without gravity. And one of the coolest stories that was told to me was a story about these square people. And these square people lived in square houses, and they lived on one side of this really steep mountain. And these square people were very boring. They never took chances. Every day was the same monotonous thing. They were very negative, very skeptical, very critical. They were square. They were what we call L7, right? And, you know, there was one little square kid, and the little square kid was very, very curious because, you know, he wanted to explore and see new things. So every day he would climb up to the hill and try to reach the peak, but didn't quite make it, and would come back down. And every single day, as years went by, he went a little bit further, and he went a little bit further and came back home. And even though his parents and his friends and everyone around him said, stop going up that hill, and he says, no, I want to see what's on the other side. Well, lo and behold, one day, this square kid makes it all the way to the very summit, at the very top. And he peeks on over, and he sees a whole village of people that are round. And they're living round houses, and they look kind of like they're having fun. So the kid runs all the way back home, and he tells all of his friends and family in the square village, and he says, guys, over the hill there's a whole group of people, and they're not square like us. They're like round, and they're not like upset and complaining. They're actually happy, and they're just having fun, and it looks like I want to go check it out. And everyone said, that's a joke, that doesn't exist, there's no way that's possible. So one day the kid just, you know, starts trekking all the way up this hill, and he makes it all the way to the top, and it wasn't easy at all. And, you know, he fell a few times, and a couple cuts and bruises, and there was mosquitoes, and he, you know, falling rocks, but he made it to the top again. And he took one step over the peak, and he eats it, and he falls, and he crashes, and he hits his head and then his shoulder. And every single time coming down the hill, a little chunk would break off of the square kid and kind of rounding him out. And of course, you know, the moral to the story is obvious. He lands on the bottom, and the circle people, the round people, come up and they dust him off, and they're like, welcome to the round village. And of course he lived happily ever after, right? So what is the moral to that story is that, hey, you can't fit a round peg in a square hole, right? So for 2021, if I could recommend to anybody, right, just without even knowing your personal situation, without even having a conversation, the one thing I would wish for you is for a way where we could go out there and create more money and more time in your life. Because usually, whatever problem or challenge or things that are affecting people's lives, it's usually time and money is the solution, okay? Not to everything, but just about everything, right? And so imagine if we could find a way, a vehicle where you could create enough residual income, money that's coming in, mailbox money. With what could you do today? What could you apply effort to, and energy and strength into, and resource, and do it once, and we could continue to pay you over and over and over again. In other words, what if you could have 6 Saturdays and one Sunday? What if you could wake up when you're done sleeping? What if you could fire your boss? What if you could spend more time with your family and do what you want, with who you want, eating whatever you want and drinking whatever you want, anytime you want? I mean, wouldn't that be better than beautiful, guys? Would it be worth it? And the answer is absolutely. You know, I'm not a rich guy. I'm not a super multi-millionaire jet-setting guy. I'm definitely on track to being headed there, and that's my goals, and that's what we're trying to accomplish right now. But I'll tell you one thing that I got that most people don't have is freedom. I mean, I haven't had a job this century since 2000 nothing, right? And I wouldn't trade it for the world. And I've had the opportunity to have freedom to jump on a plane and go where I want, and hang out with people that I want for as long as I want, and spontaneously too. And so that's a better than beautiful thing, and I wish that for every single one of you guys. And that's just the first goal. The first phase is get your 24 hours out of the day back. And now that you got your time back, hey, what could we use that time for in getting to the next level, right? So in 2021, before we get into it, let's kill some of the things that we commonly hear. Number one is, but Tommy, I love my job. Hey, that's great, but would you do it for free? I mean, a lot of people, they defend their career and passion and all this stuff, and I love doing this, I love doing that, I love working with these people. I say, great, but would you do it for free? And that's the true test. Are there doctors out there that fly around the world pro bono and help people, and surgeons that fix cleft lips in third world countries, and do the dentists and that go and help fix kids' teeth around the world and help the needy? Absolutely. And my hat's off to those guys. But if you would wake up in the morning and get ready and fight through traffic when you could be at home with your family, I mean, guys, come on, let's not be ridiculous, okay? So number two is, a lot of people are like, hey man, why are you always trying to get rich? You know, I've had a lot of my friends and family around me, you're always trying to get rich. You get rich, all you talk about is getting rich. How come you're so into getting rich? And I'm like, dude, I ain't into getting rich. I was just sick and tired of being broke. You know what I mean? And growing up in Hawaii, we don't have a lot of opportunity, or we don't have a lot of things that are going on. We're so behind here in this little lava rock in the middle of the Pacific Ocean. But now we have the internet. And now we've all seen companies like Facebook and Twitter and Amazon that just completely break the mold. So what we have to do right now is go out there and start searching for that vehicle. Here's another myth. Money doesn't buy you fill in the blank. A lot of people say, well, money doesn't buy you health. Money doesn't buy you love. And Tommy, money doesn't buy you happiness. Well, let's discuss that for a second. Yeah, maybe money doesn't buy you health. But when you every time I walk into the doctor's office, they're like this, insurance, and no money, no operation, right? You know, when it comes to your health, does the amount of money that you have and make affect your health? 100%. Absolutely. Are you eating organic foods and purified water and good things, or you have no time because you're already working 2 or 3 jobs? So what do you eat? Fast food. Or you have a stressful job, you're stressing about your bills, so you're doing all these stimulants like smoking or alcohol or other things. Hey, nothing against alcohol, I love wine. But anyway, I'm just telling you guys that does money affect your health? 100%. Well, does money buy you love? No, but it sure rents pretty good. Just kidding. Imagine if you guys went out there and you're gonna date, you had identical twins, right? Identical in every way, okay? And one of them is a multi-millionaire, and one of them is broke and always struggling. And they had the same sense of humor, same good look, same everything across the board. Who are you gonna date? You know, does money buy you love? Maybe, maybe not. Here's one fact. About 3.4 out of 5 marriages end in divorce. What is the #1 reason for divorce in America? Financial difficulty. So it's not that money buys you love, but it can put a definitely strain on it, right? Well, does money buy you happiness? Yes, money buys you. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Money doesn't buy you happiness, and if you're not enough without it, you'll never be enough with it. But money just makes you more of what you are. But what Mr. Jim Rohn says is, hey, I'd rather be rich and unhappy rather than be broke and unhappy. Am I right? Or am I right, guys? I'm not saying money is all a powerful thing that you gotta have, but you gotta have enough of it, right? It's the lack of money, right? If you're a terrorist and you give a terrorist $10 million, they're gonna do bad things with it. You got Mother Teresa, and you give her $10 million, you're gonna do some good things with it. So I'm telling you guys, money is just a tool. Now, here's another one. The way I make my money has to be my passion. False. That's a definite plus. And you should do what you love and love what you do. But I'm just telling you guys, the way you make money can be very scientific, and then go pursue your passion. I have multi-millionaire friends that live in Chicago that own steakhouses and they're freaking vegetarians, okay? Guys, do you think that people that own McDonald's actually eat at McDonald's? What, are you crazy? I'm telling you guys right now, what if you could solidify money just to come in, and then you go use that money and pursue your passion, whether it's travel or food or philanthropy or your church mission or doing what you love. See, most people, guys, they just rather hold on to their beliefs and make them come true rather than let go of their beliefs and accept what really is true. Here's a fact. Out of all the college graduates in America, 90% of them end up in a job or career that has absolutely nothing to do with their degree. So are they doing their passion? Or maybe their passion changed, or maybe their degree became obsolete, guys. But you can't go back in time. So I'm just telling you guys right now, find your passion and then correlate that and set those goals, and then scientifically search for and find a vehicle that can create that residual income that's going to keep on continue to pay. Get your 8 hours or 12 hours out of the day back, and then let's go do some fun stuff. How about that plan, right? So J. Paul Getty, one of the first recorded billionaires in America, said, "I'd rather have 1% of 100 people's efforts rather than 100% of my own." And if you can find something in America, it's written in the book, go read it. You want to become wealthy in America? Look at these 5 things. Number 1, find something that everybody needs. Okay? Find something that has a major demand. And try to find something that's like unisex. Does it matter if they're male or female? Does it matter if they're old or young? What demographic? Does it matter what their religious beliefs are? They're Buddhist, monk, Muslim, Christian? Does it matter? You know, look at the things that, like Mr. Sharman. What does he make? Toilet paper. Okay, now let's compare Mr. Sharman to these 5 criteria. Does everybody need it? Yeah, check. Does it get used up? Yeah. What happens when you run out of toilet paper? Number 3, it has to be replaced. Okay, and is it priced for profit? It means it's priced for sale, and Mr. Sharman's in a position to earn a percentage off the sale of each unit. Fits the mold. Maybe that's why guys that make toilet paper, especially during the beginning of the Corona time, I'll tell you guys right now, it was a necessity. I mean, if toilet paper was $25 a roll, you bet you and I would be picking some of these tea leaf and banana leaf behind me and using that, right? So, meet those 5 criteria. Let's find a way to leverage the efforts of others. Let's find a vehicle before 2021 begins. Guys, you should already, we're 7 days out. You should already be looking for and trying to identify a vehicle that can free up your time and create a plan B, so that if Corona 2021 and 22 hit, that you don't get caught vulnerable. You don't get caught with your pants down. And the answer is why? Why not? And why not you? So I hope that this video found you with an open mind on a Christmas Eve. And if there's one thing you could wish for Christmas, it's more time in your life, so that you could spend those irreplaceable, irrevocable seconds, minutes, hours, and days doing what you love with who you love, and as much as you want doing it. So I hope this message helps a lot. It did for me. I learned it at age 17 years old. I'm not there yet, but I definitely have experienced a lot of things, especially freedom. And I promise you guys right now, look, go watch Braveheart again. What will you do without freedom? Most people think they're free. They're not really free, guys. We're losing our freedoms by the day. So we need to fight back and go out there and regain our once and only life as we write our next chapter in 2021. It's going to be exciting. 7 days left, guys. We're going to get into some heavy topics in the next few days of time. I thank you for tuning in, and I want to thank you guys for sharing this video with people that matter to you most. Take care, stay safe, and aloha. Have a great Christmas, everybody.